to generate some still images from in order to use kind of on the bench introduction to the CrazyFlie. I'm actually going to run a little bit of Python later on to allow us to see some messages that the Python code emits. We won't fly the CrazyFlie, but we'll at least see the startup sequence. So right now you see batteries, spare batteries, and you also see a radio transmitter. And I have two of these because I have two two CrazyFlies. And then one of these is already plugged into my Mac. So I'm going to take this off the stage. But then we fly with Python using the radio. There is no Wi-Fi flying. There is Bluetooth flying, but that's not yet part of the story, I can tell with the EEC. So I'm going to take that off, and then I'm also going to take the batteries off. There is a battery already connected here to the Tello. So we'll take the batteries off the stage. And then, here's the CrazyFlie. It's got one battery connected, and then the battery wire comes out of the battery and goes to this white socket, which is plugged into the main board of the CrazyFlie. And then the front of the CrazyFlie is indicated by this little notch. And then there's a little tiny button that you can see there that is where you can turn the CrazyFlie off and on. And if I turn it over, then the flow deck is actually seen at the bottom. And the flow deck is what's important for keeping the Tello stable in program flight. And again, this is the front, upside down, but this is the front and then the battery connection. But then this is a module, the flow deck module, that is an extra cost item that you have to get from BitCraze. So let me do the kind of startup sequence here. And I'm going to turn the CrazyFlie over. And then I'm going to press the little button to actually have the startup sequence happen. So if I can be careful here, I can go in and just press that button. So I think I got my fingers out of the way fast enough so that the propeller spun just a little bit on each rotor. And then the rear has blue lights. That kind of tells you that you're looking at the rear of the CrazyFlie. And then the flashing LED on this prong of the body is a battery indicator, among other things. So if it's flashing red like that, then that means right now the CrazyFlie monitoring says that it's good to go. It can actually fly. But I'm not connected to anything, so the light over here would light if I'm connected to something. So in fact, let me be brave now and try to do that. We're not going to fly, but I'm going to actually take my CrazyFlie code where I can use the EEC to actually send commands to fly. And I'm going to, start that up just so that we can see the effect on the CrazyFlie. And the radio needs to be plugged in. If the radio dongle wasn't plugged in, then this command, the code in Python wouldn't work. So the code is in the file controller crazyflie.py, and I'm going to hit return. So it says it's listening for packets. The deck is attached. The battery is listed to be kind of at 90%, and I am now ready to fly. And then now being ready to fly means that this particular LED on the other front motor shaft or motor extension is blinking, kind of yellow-green. I mean, that's the color I'm seeing in my live view here, not necessarily on the camera. And so that if I now disconnect the Python program, again, I'm not ready to fly here, but if I disconnect the Python program, I'm just going to Control-C to do that. Then I'm out of the program, and then we're no longer seeing the connectivity LED on the arm of the CrazyFlie. But the battery is still showing strength, so that it's still blinking. Now what happens when the battery gets weak is that battery red light there stays on solid. That's the style of battery warning that you're getting from the CrazyFlie. So if that red light, is solidly red, while you're in flight or while you're experimenting, then that means it's probably time to land and charge the battery, or if you have a spare battery, then to replace the battery. So let me end this because I think I have enough information to put something on, on view on the text.